On the wrong side of the road. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hello. I just want to record this for our safety and yours as well.
On this street right here?
Yeah, you can go all the way down the street.
Okay, can I ask you another question?
Finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, what will happen is, you'll come outside, you'll get a ticket for right on the wrong side of the road, and we'll leave. You'll get a warning for interfering. If you don't want to cooperate with that and come outside, then you can be arrested for interfering. So if your call.
Okay, can I ask you one question?
Okay.
What's the issue with handing me the ticket right here to the window?
Because you're going to come outside, I want to talk with you.
See, you just want me, you don't want to control me. You want me to do exactly what you want, alright? And I did nothing wrong, sir. You're not treating me like a human being. You're treating me like a person. And I'm not a person, I'm a human being.
Well, I've told you the way it is. So your call. You want to come outside and talk to me, get your ticket, and we'll move on?
You can hand me the ticket to the window, sir.
You can come outside and talk with me. That's the way it's going to be.
I'm locking my door if you're going to rush me. He's not going to run.
So what's going to happen is he'll probably get a ticket. You'll get a ticket possibly for hindering.
I'm not hindering.
Come on outside.
What am I hindering?
I don't even care, dude.
Just come see. Hey, Chris, just come on back. He's come out front.
I guess I don't have to understand everything.
Okay, do you have your ID with you?
I don't have ID.
What I want you to do real slowly and with your opposite hand, just take a knife out of your pocket.
Yes, sir. Oh, I forgot I had that.
Or with that hand. You don't have
Sorry.
I hope you're a man of your word. I recorded you with the offer you gave him to come out here.
Why don't you be quiet so I can do this, okay? Honestly?
I was sleeping, remember that.
I just don't understand why you're doing this. I didn't do nothing wrong, sir. So you could give me a ticket. I'm not going to go to court on it. I don't buy into that stuff. I'm not going to sign it or nothing. If I do sign it, I'm putting signed under protest and duress.
That's fine.
Okay.
Phases the moon,
Yeah, the moon, it does bring out some strange behavior, doesn't it?
I'm just minding my own business, Gerald. I'm just minding my own business, putting cans in the machine, and he comes right into the parking lot, and then he's sitting behind Albertsons on my way home, and he follows me, and he sees that I'm riding on the wrong side of the road, I guess, on Green right here, not even on River Road, and just for no reason, and just because he feels like it, because I hurt somebody by doing that, he's going to give me a ticket.
Yeah, I wish peace officers really
That's
protected
protecting
us.
and serving me. Thank you.
Protected us from those causing us harm.
I'm going to read both of you your rights, and you answer as you feel is suitable.
We can let you know right now, we understand nothing that you're going to say to us because we're not a member of the Law Society.
Fair enough. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be
Are
used
you
against
placing
you
us under arrest?
You have
Are
the
we
right
being
to talk
placed under
to a
arrest?
lawyer and have him present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you at no expense.
I heard him give you his word.
I know. It doesn't matter though.
No, we don't understand those rights because those rights, our rights are based upon no harm, no loss, no crime. All people deserve to be treated with dignity and should be peaceful towards each other. No harm, no loss, no crime. Protect people. We have respect for the law, but we don't have that same respect for statutes, acts, and legislated laws that are rules that are made up.
For a second, then I'll let you say your spiel, okay?
Oh, thank you.
So that's a no for both of you, to understand it, correct?
No. Yes, that's correct.
And what's your name, sir?
Matthew.
Matthew, what's your last name?
My family name's Conky.
Can you spell it for me?
C-O-N-K-E-Y.
And what's your middle name, Matthew?
Don't remember that I have one.
How about your date of birth?
129, I believe, of 1982.
Alright. And is this your address?
Nope.
Okay, what's your address?
I don't have an address on my list.
Okay. And how about a phone number for you?
Don't have one of those either. Don't have no warrants. I haven't done nothing wrong in years.
I'm going to go speak to my daughter. She's a little frightened that her dad's going to jail for nothing, but let Andrea know it's going to be okay no matter what happens.
So, Matthew, today I told you to get a ticket, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm seriously, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not.
I didn't tell you were, did I?
No, but I feel like you're, I feel like you might just let it be. It's okay though.
Have I been anything but polite in our contact? As far as you can tell?
You've been doing a very good job as a revenue
in the first place was
generating.
Because you didn't have a reason to. I didn't hurt nobody. You know what I mean? It's okay though. You guys want to charge me some money? It's all good. I ain't never paying that either.
Nothing. It's fine. It is really bad. 135 grand. Once local. This one. Last. Charles Ocean Line. First of Matthew. Unknown middle. 129.82. Also, if I can get once local principal last of Davis. First of Gerald. Unknown date birth. 45. Is that a good guess on age?
Yep.
Not too bad?
No, you nailed it. I'm 50.
Okay.
And I don't mean to be disrespectful either, and I wasn't trying to be offensive in anything I've said to you. Like I said, I care about people.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
We actually get together and we discuss the law quite a bit, because I feel that if people have rights and they don't know their rights and they fail to exercise those rights, they might as well be non-existent. So I'm into education, self-education, not public.
Okay. I did spell that right, didn't I, Matthew? C-O-N-T-E-Y.
Yeah.
That's Matthew, 2 T's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Matthew, do you happen to know your driver's license?
No.
Can I ask your social security number for ID purposes?
I don't know it.
How tall are you, Brian?
5'11".
And what are you weighing these days?
Like 145, 150. Your guys' computer should have all that in there. I don't understand.
You'd think they could just take a picture of you and enter it into the computer and pop right up. Hope you guys haven't had the cold and flu-like symptoms that have been going around. I very seldom have I ever been sick for a whole week, and I've just been yellow and green mucus, and seems to be in the neighborhood.
I had a bad bout of it earlier this fall, last fall, but I'm good now.
is ridiculous. Only in America. That's alright, I figured this was going to happen to me anyways. Just because
you don't have to be violating any.
I'm sorry, I just don't like talking to you.
You don't have to violate anybody's rights in order for police officers to act upon you. All you have to do is break rules of the Law Society. I have the 1995 legislative manual upstairs. I read it very thoroughly. I actually was going to bring charges against the district attorney, and
for what?
For violating my rights. I sat in jail for a total of 9 days for nothing more than the officer failing to understand that I don't have a last name, I have a family name, and the officer just couldn't accept that. And since I wouldn't provide him with the information he was attempting to extract from me, he arrested me and made up charges, false allegations, and I sent the district attorney an email letting him know that he'd be added to the lawsuit that I'd be having against him, the police officer, and the entire county, because I'm a peaceful man. I advocate peace amongst my community, and I'd harm no one. And I said, when somebody, if I was to do that to anybody else and take them for 9 days of their freedom and hold them against their will without their consent, I would probably be in prison right now. But police officers can do that and get away with it, and when they're challenged on it, they just make your case disappear because they don't want you to, bring it to public attention. They don't want people to know that they actually have rights and that this whole system is voluntary. It requires, that's why our signature is needed on so many documents, because it's all contractual. The information he was extracting to fill out that ticket, it's what's necessary for contractual joinder to be created. Wanting us to agree with these things when we don't really have to. And when the judge asks us to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest, I've always went to court believing that those are my choices. There's another choice. Revoke consent.
The only reason why I even came out here right now is because he threatened me. You know what I mean?
I heard him. And not only did he threaten you, he threatened me, and he has my daughter very anxious right now because she knows that I'll stand up for what I believe in, even if it means sitting in jail. Because, like I said, if we have rights, and it was a good lesson for me to see that the words, my beliefs, if they're my truth, I have no greater defense than to present my truth. And I made the whole judicial system very aware of that, what my standing was on it. I sat in jail with a $20,000 bail. I'd been arrested for burglary. That was the initial investigation that was taking place, I guess. I didn't even have them. My friend had like 20 cents worth of cans, which the police officer allowed that friend of mine to leave with, but arrested me because I didn't.
For the theft of them.
Yeah. And
Cracker Jack.
And then for the district attorney to make up the reason why my charges were dropped, to say that Lane County could no longer afford to prosecute cases such as mine, and yet hundreds and hundreds of other people have went through with similar charges since then, with and they've gotten their public attorney, they've went through whatever requirements were demanded upon them, and their charges were so similar to mine that I see hundreds and hundreds of people that have been processed like going through McDonald's, when the reality is they'd harm no one and they really didn't have to agree.
Hey Mac, can you stand up for you just so I can see how tall you are? Can you just stand level with me so I do? Because they've got you 5'8", so you think...
No, I'm 5'10 and a half. I haven't been here in 15 years, so I was starting about 5'8" when I was last.
And do you have a tattoo on one of your right fingers?
Both of them.
Perfect.
It's me.
soon as I'm done here, I'll explain a few things, and if you want to listen, you're welcome to, and I'll give you some advice that you can listen to or not.
I appreciate advice that has helpful intention behind it.
Well, I'll let you determine the intent. You can take it as you see fit.
Intention's very important.
I'm pretty sure you just wanted to ruin my day. I tried to. Because I didn't do nothing wrong.
It's not illegal to exercise your rights either. At least I don't believe it is yet. I haven't seen that one. Hi, Andrea. Everything's okay. You what? You want a sticker?
If you're the one writing the report,
Oh,
Gerald, you're pretty much the one who says what happened.
Well, I don't know if they have stickers. Do you have stickers you give out to the children?
I'll hand it to you, and you can determine whether or not you want her to have it.
I encourage her to study the law like I do everyone because, like I said, I think it's very important.
Thank you.
Do you need just one, or do you have more in there that need?
I just want one.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sounds like she's got a good breakfast going in there for you.
She's not cooking it.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
she's not?
No, but I'm sure she's hoping to eat it. Stay out there, kitty, please.
Okay, so here comes the advice part. Actually, can I just get the text? What's it say on the inside of your left arm?
Allen. A-L-L-E-N.
I'll take your word for it.
Hello,
How about
brother.
the other?
Kim.
Kim?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if those tattoos are on file?
I don't know. There's already enough on file there to definitely describe himself. Okay. Like, I don't think you guys should worry.
Oh, I don't worry about too much most of the time.
Definitely don't have to worry about me. I don't do stuff wrong no more.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so let me put this stuff away. I'll give you your tickets.
Are you gonna get a ticket too?
I don't know.
Or are you giving me 2 tickets?
You're getting 2 tickets.
Alright.
Giving you some advice. Like I say, you can determine what you think.
Do I have
the
to sign
intent
this
is.
ticket?
No.
Okay.
You can determine on your own what you think the intent is and all that. All I ask is that if I'm going to take the time to try to give you some advice and explain things, that you let me finish before you interrupt. Okay. That's probably one of the most annoying things anyone can do to anybody.
I know. I apologize for it.
That works. I get it. So, and Officer Harrison, if you can interject at any point in time that you think you have a good point to add or something that I might be missing, feel free to do so.
Don't mind if I have a
Do I have
seat
to listen
also.
to
No,
this
please do.
before I get my ticket? Or
I'm sorry?
do I have to listen to this? Do I have to actually have? Do you have to hand that to me, or can you just set it down?
No, I got to hand it to you.
I don't want to take. I'm not gonna grab it from you.
Matt, it's okay.
Stupid, right?
You don't have to go if you don't want to.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna pay anything for it.
Well,
But
no, you can't pay. There is no money.
Yeah.
There hasn't been
Here.
lawful money since 1933.
And I get all that stuff, and that's your guys' thing, not mine.
Actually,
And
it's
you have
history.
reality.
It's
So anyway,
facts at
Hold
law
on.
that
So
we're interested
what
in.
I have to tell you is, whether you choose to go or not, that's on you. I'm telling you, you have a mandatory court appearance on the 12th of July at 1 p.m. at 1102 Lincoln Street.
I'll send him a letter telling him.
Okay, that's fine. And that is for you, and that's for interfering with a police officer. And then you have an optional appearance on the same date, same time for failing to obey the bicycle laws as far as riding on the correct side of the street. So, those are there. I'll put them right next to you, so you can't miss them.
Thank you.
Now, as far as the other stuff goes, my intention was just to stop and talk to you about riding on the right side of the road.
Well, here.
No, remember?
Clear them out.
No, I only had you agree to it, but Matt,
Okay,
can I get you to agree
I'm sorry,
to it?
I'll agree to it too. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, thank you. As far as following you through the parking lot, I was sitting in Albertsons sending out emails. And I didn't even see it. I didn't see it until I came onto Green Lane and saw you riding down the wrong way and saw the car passing you. So, as far as following you, I'm not quite sure why you have the concern about that, but no, it wasn't.
I don't know. Because the other day.
Well, I told you
maybe you had a
the other day I
something.
came out and I talked to you about what someone else had said. Was I not polite?
Yeah, you were. You were.
Okay.
You were. But
right.
then I don't know. I guess I took it like you maybe had a resentment for the way I acted. I don't know.
Not at all. I don't agree with you. But I still have to do my job a certain way. And whether you guys agree with it or not, that's neither here nor there. I still have to do my job a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So we spoke the other day. I told you that people were concerned that you were stealing bikes. And I also asked you that, regardless of whether you're stealing bikes or not to use their dumpster to put your stuff in, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And we agreed you weren't going to do that anymore, correct?
Yes.
Okay, was that not fair?
We don't.
Okay.
We never put any parts in that dumpster in the first place. So
that was a.
So
I was
if
merely
we agreed to anything, if we agreed to anything, we agreed to not do it. Period. Because we don't.
1M65 or put 4 133 here in mind.
Everything's killed for.
So, yes, I see you. I know you're a very nice kitty.
Is that Sid?
So that was a third party. I came and talked to you about that. We're done at that point. Now I came up, I saw you this morning, and I was just going to talk to you about riding your bike on the right side of the road. What do? You don't stop. You start yelling at me for following you, acting irrational, screaming and yelling, go storming into the house. At which point, maybe in order to get you to know what's going on and to let you know that you can't ride your bike that way, you do have to have a ticket. Okay, so I asked you to come out and get your ticket. Then you want to go in and not cooperate, you want to interfere with my investigation. That's why you get the interfering ticket. So that's where we're at. Could you have gotten a ticket or could you go to jail? You could possibly. If you want to harbor someone in your house and you want to obstruct my ability to give him his ticket or conduct my investigation, you bet. And could we have Officer Harrison go to the back side of the house and watch it, and myself stay here, have another officer come and then write a search warrant when I have a crime that I can arrest him for to then enter your house? Yeah.
I sat in jail for 9 days and had my charges dismissed, so I know you have the power. I mean, you have a gun. I'm not going to argue with you. You know what I'm saying? I would be very foolish to take my argument up with you because my argument is not even with you. You're doing your job.
You're trying to go a step above me. Yeah, I get that. If you want to change things, you got to go above.
I believe we're all created equal.
So, but no, I have to say, no. When I say I write a search warrant, that means I have to apply for a search warrant. It doesn't mean they just hand them out to me.
I know.
So they've got to look at it. They've got to read it. Then
I'm sure we're going to give him a warrant for that.
Well, you never know. I'm sure he could be very persuasive because.
I'm sure he can. He persuaded me pretty good.
So the judge would still have to sign this. There's no guarantee that it would happen. Do I think, in all likelihood, that it would? I do.
Well, I didn't feel like calling your bluff.
Is it really? It wasn't bluff at all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I didn't feel like
you didn't really want us to push you to that anyway. I don't believe you did.
Yeah, I didn't feel like finding out.
And we're not really trying to push you, but we also want you to know that we are not clueless about the law, and we understand the difference between statutes and law. The statutes are given the force of law. That doesn't make them law. Just like I could call you a child, it doesn't make you a child.
Well, I think at times that your perception of things and my perception of things could bring us at loggerheads. We're required to do certain things by our job and by the society and the community that we live in.
That is key word.
So,
Society.
whether you agree with all of that really doesn't impact the need that we have to do our job the way we're required to do it. Okay, so could we butt heads at times? Yeah, you bet. However, if we can establish some sort of rapport so that if I come to the door and something has to be done, we can talk and get it figured out. Isn't that much easier than what could happen?
I don't want to have a rapport with you. I don't want to have a rapport with the police at all.
That's the rapport right now.
I don't.
So whether you want it or not.
I actually believe I wish that we had more of a rapport with police officers, and it bothers me when people that are walking the street, they get nervous when they see a police officer in a parking lot around somewhere. And it's not because they're doing anything that's harming anyone.
Even when I'm not
it's
doing
because
nothing wrong.
of past dealings in the past, the way they've been dealt with.
I feel like you guys are like a gang, dude. You guys can do whatever you want. You know, if I make you mad, you guys can fuck me up.
No, because if I could do that when I just walked right in there and grabbed you out.
I know.
He's just translating it somewhat.
I know kind of what he's saying. I kind of get where you're coming from.
You
Whether I
do
agree with it or not, you know, obviously I don't. But that's, you know, you still have the right to say it.
You do know that we're people, and you guys do have guns.
I kind of thought you were just like I thought you were following me. I don't know.
No, buddy, I was back
because I saw you when I was getting cans at Fred Meyer's. I was putting cans in, and I saw you go through the parking lot. And I'm like, what? And then I was just I went out from Fred Meyer's and across the street and then back, and then I was just like, oh, what?
You were acting on a presumption, Matt.
Something I got from Fred Meyer's, and then I went behind there.
And I'm sorry that I acted erratic. I do have an anger problem.
Okay.
I do have an anger problem.
We got it resolved.
I get it.
And we got it resolved without you having to go to jail.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Is that if you don't go to the court, and you can choose not to, that's your call. But what happens with that, and I have to let you know, is because one of those is a mandatory appearance, they will issue a warrant if you don't appear or deal with it in some way. So
this isn't criminal, though.
The first one is not criminal. The bicycle rules is just a violation. So there's a number of ways you can take care of it, and they list those on back.
So this one's criminal?
But the interfering is a criminal, so it is a mandatory appearance. So you do have to appear on that one. If you choose not to appear on that one, then they will issue a warrant.
I'll probably do it. I'm not gonna accept that as charge.
Well,
I didn't do nothing wrong.
You can accept the charge.
Well, we'll figure out what I'm going to do.
As the executioner, the executor of the legal fiction that they're acting upon. You can accept it, and you can return it for discharge and set off.
All right.
And Gerald, you gave me this, and I'm not quite sure what it does, but I'm going to give it back to you.
Okay. Well, like I said, because I know, like I told you, I got arrested because the officer at the time didn't understand that I don't have a last name. I have a family name, and since I don't have state ID, which is voluntary to apply for, and I'm not voluntarily applying for one, so therefore I could not provide the officer with ID. I carry this around. It's just the last page of my affidavit that I made up when I was after I'd sat in jail for 9 days, and I wanted to bring charges against the state, against the police officer, and against the prosecuting attorney, and so that's what I was going through at the time. But then suddenly they didn't have funding to prosecute my case, is the reasoning. They dismissed all my charges, and I did what most people do when they get out of the hot seat. I didn't pursue it because I'm not really seeking to. I would like to see peace and remedy. I'm not really looking to enter into conflict. And a lot of people told me, "Oh, you should sue them. You could make a lot of money." Well, I'm not playing with law to make money. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to get over on anybody. I'm wanting to live peacefully.
Yeah, if you'd just stop and talk to me, I was just going to talk to you about it.
No problem.
You kind of spun out on me there and accused me of following you and asking everything, and just...
I've had cops do it before.
I bet you can probably sympathize with him somewhat, his perspective.
I think because of the fact that I was directly involved in it, and the way you came at me on that was just... Well,
anytime I've had any kind of run-ins with the police around this neighborhood, I've had kind of, not conflict really, but I haven't got arrested or nothing, but I've had to have them, you need to calm down, man, and just listen for a second, and then I have had to, and I've had kind of some what's the word, friction, you know, a little bit, you know, and I just don't know how, you know, I don't know how the cops in this neighborhood see me as. I'm not out here doing crime and fucking hurting people anymore. I don't do that shit, you know. And so I've had cops follow me before, dude. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Yeah, look at things like
I'm gonna go inside.
Try and encourage people, you know, not to break the law and not to resort to stealing things to get the things they need. I look at it like there's not that I encourage people to look in garbage cans, but I know that there's so much discarded and wasted that, I mean, I got friends now who they tell me they come up with $20 to $50 a day just picking up cans. And
no, I got no grief with them looking at cans. I didn't even know he was down there. I didn't pay that much attention.
Yeah. So. I appreciate talking with you, and
no worries.
And I'm glad not to be going to jail. Like I said, I'm getting over the flu stuff. So
came pretty close. So just, you know, you interfere with an investigation. It is criminal. And
I thought I was obliging. I thought I was being polite. I didn't feel I was interfering. I was sound asleep until I heard the door slam.
I do appreciate you coming down.
So I had just woken up, and I didn't feel I was interfering. I was actually trying to bring remedy to what could have been a potentially bad situation.
It didn't come across that way all the time, but towards the end it did. So I appreciate it. Any questions that I could possibly answer?
I wish you guys would read your constitutional oath and remember that it's above the statutes and legislated laws, that you can't legislate laws that violate the Constitution. And I wish that the legislative manual was thrown out the window and you guys abided by the Constitution, and this country would be a great country. I really believe that. It's the legislation rules that I have issue with. Failing to distinguish between statute and law is actually gross negligence, my understanding, which is equal to fraud. We don't want to commit fraud.
So what do you prefer to be called? Mr. Davis or
Gerald? Mr. implies corporate title. I'm not a Mr. I'm a human being of flesh and blood. And
so Gerald?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Fair enough. All right, Joe. Terry.
Terry. All right. Well.
Okay. Thank you much for taking the time to talk with me.
You're welcome, and thank you.
The same. Work on his temper.
I know.
I just tell him to tell you to work on your temper a little bit.
I try. I do. I try hard.
All right, man.
I'm gonna walk now.
All right.
On my bike.
Sounds good. All right. Take care.
All right. I'm gonna give him back his pocket knife.
It is.
I wondered about that. I wondered if you drove up with that on there.
No.
Oh, you just it's Steve's.
Okay.
Sorry, too much.